Hey guys, thank you for joining me over here at Simple Trade, and I decided to make this video for you guys, for novice and beginners traders that willing to deal with the stock market but not really know how to read the charts and to understand and to identify where to buy the stock and where to sell the stock. And it's actually very simple, and I will get there in a couple of minutes. But first of all, you need to understand that the charts is reflected by the level 2. The whole transactions happen over here at the level 2. And if you don't really know how to read the level 2, yeah, sure, you can actually use the charts to understand and to realize what's actually happening on the stock. But basically, you need to understand how to read the level 2 and to understand what's actually happening over here in the whole transactions. I will do another lesson in the future on the level 2, but this is the first thing you need to understand. Another thing, that there is a lot of time intervals on the chart. So there is the 15, the 5, the 3, the 1, half an hour, quarterly, yearly, daily. There is a lot of time intervals that you need to understand, that the charts are reflected and reflected by the time intervals, and they're like telling you kind of a story that what happened in this during time intervals. For example, over here, this is the 5 minutes interval, so you can assume that according all of this downtrend over here, there is a kind of a massive downtrend. So you need to understand there is a lot of sellers that was over here in this specific time that actually happened over here at the level 2. All right, so we will do a kind of a stop from the time intervals, because this is another lesson that related to technical analysis. But right now I will want to give you and provide you kind of something that you need to work on and to give your eyes to understand what actually happening on the charts. And basically you can see me actually trading, and many other day traders that they are over there in the all network, that are basically using the chart, but you cannot see there are drawing lines, basically drawing lines during the trade, because they actually already have the kind of idea. They understand how actually what is happening over there. They don't really need the lines, but you need the lines because you are still at your beginning of trading. And while you are actually doing that, you are get your eyes get used to what actually happening on the chart. For example, there is a lot of channels or patterns that you need to understand, like flags, and a lot of things that we go through one by one over here in this specific lesson. So first of all, one tip to you: to start to draw lines. There is a lot of softwares over there and platforms that you are using. I'm using the G-Trade, by the way. Very easy, very comfortable. But there is a lot of websites that you can use for your convenience. And so start to draw lines. Start to draw lines. Start to take a line and to draw lines over here from the bottom to the point of the uptrend, and start to draw lines. And you can assume there is kind of a channel over here, and you can assume that there is a trend, an uptrend that actually happening over here, because there is a lower low and higher high over here, and there is another higher low. There is kind of a trend over here, and you can understand that something is actually happening over here. And while you actually assume that there is kind of a trend over there, you can understand if, like, for example, if I will do it for like this specific all right, I will draw lines over here. If, for example, right now the stock over here in this specific line was breaking this level, this lower line that actually give us and provide us kind of a concept for a support level. If it actually broke this level, we can understand the trend is actually ruined, and right now is going for the downtrend, and we can understand that. So this is one of the important things that you need to understand while you are basically starting to dealing with actually with the charts. For example, let's go for another symbol that we actually had today. For example, let's forget about everything that actually happened over here and start to draw lines. For example, we had a trade over here today at ZAIS, and we took profit over here. But look at that. Look at, for example, this is kind of a triangle in this 5 minute chart. And this specific time, as soon the actually the price broke the lower support level over here on this specific line, it actually broke and it's heading for the downtrend. Only by crossing this level over here, this resistance level, horizontal level over here, we can understand that the stock is actually heading still north. And so while you actually drawing lines, you can understand what is actually happening over here. So let's go to the basically, and you need to understand what actually is actually happening. So what is actually the support and resistance level are, and support and resistance levels in a chart where the price of the stock cannot get lower the support level or cannot get higher the resistance level. For example, over here, we can understand that there is a support and resistance level. Over here the price cannot go through this resistance level, just only over here when it actually breaking this level. And when it's actually breaking this resistance level, we can understand there is a changing of the uptrend for the uptrend actually, and this is your signal to buy the stock, for example. And over here this is the support level. As soon as the support level cannot hold, it still cannot go and collapsing by actually. And while you actually drawing those lines, you can understand and give you a kind of a visual aspect, so what is actually happening during the trade. Because if you are not really know what's actually all happening over here at the level 2 on the whole transactions, you can use the chart. And let's go for another one, for example HOLX, for example. Look at it on this specific symbol. um, so look for, if we will draw lines over here in this specific time frame, let's do it like that, all right? Because this is actually what happening during the specific trade at the beginning, because over here was a kind of a correction, and after that it still got to a kind of a resistance level that was over here at the beginning, but after that it declines down, reach it to the support level over here, and after that it still go for the uptrend. Only by crossing this upper level of the resistance level, it provide us kind of a signal that the stock is still heading to the uptrend. But don't forget, there is the kind of resistance level over here, and you need to take it for your consideration, that there is a kind of resistance level over here. So I don't know if you will buy this stock over here in this specific area, and you need also to think about your risk and reward and the whole aspect together while you are trading, because you need to take everything under your consideration. And so only by crossing this resistance level, we can understand that the stock is still heading north and is still heading to the uptrend. But over here we have the resistance, the major resistance level of the opening bell actually, and the highest price of today. And you can see it's very hard for the price to cross and break this resistance level. So over here, as soon this stock will cross the resistance level, it still will maybe go for the uptrend, maybe it will do kind of a false breakout. We don't really know, because we are basically day traders, and what we are taking everything under what we actually planning to do with this specific trade. We're looking at the volume, we're looking on the level 2, of course on the level 1 also, the volume, everything is taken for the consideration about the trade itself. So over here, another technical analysis that we are doing while trading. Um, Let's go another one to CARA, for example. From the beginning of the trading session, you can see there is a lot of buyers at the beginning, but after that, it reached to the highest price of the day, and after that it declines down. And when it actually declines down, it's still and actually provide us kind of a support level over here. And after that, it gives us kind of a resistance level over here in this specific area after a slight correction to the uptrend. And as soon it's reaching over here, you can understand that to buy the stock, it's need to cross and break the resistance level. And as soon it's actually breaking this specific level, you can understand the stock is will keep climbing up. In our simple trading method, of course, we're not taking a lot of risk while we are trading. If the stock is heading in our direction, it's actually pretty good, it's awesome, we're taking profit. But if it's actually not going in our direction, if, like, for example, the stock was doing kind of over here, for example, kind of a false breakout and going for the downtrend from here, we will just cut the trade, and that's it. We will There is another trades, there is a lot of symbols, there is a lot of stocks. The stock market is actually working from 9:30 to till afternoon. Everything is actually okay. So when the stock is actually heading north, we just cut the trade. And for example, over here, if the stock is still heading to the uptrend, but after that it's actually going to the downtrend over here, our stop loss will be at the entry price, and we will not risk a lot on this specific trade if we will do. Um, so over here we are not taking any risk in this specific trade, but after that you can understand that the stock is still heading to the north. Another thing that you need to take into for your consideration, for example, there is a lot of traders that are using the triangles, for example. For example, over here, that, like I said before, it's a concept of support and resistance level. That it actually not crossing and breaking the upper line that is used to a resistance level. It If it's not crossing this level and breaking this level, it still can go to the downtrend eventually, because the support level is very, very, very useful to understand while you are basically trading. So there is a lot of use of technical analysis while you are trading, and while you're actually drawing lines, by only by drawing lines you can understand what is actually happening over here. For example, over here, over here we can understand that there is kind of support level in this 15.40 cents, and we can understand there is kind of a start of a downtrend, because you can see the highest price over here, and after that there is a low high price over in this specific candle, and it's not able to cross and break this resistance level. And we can understand that after that it can still go into the downtrend. If it will break this support level, it still will go to the downtrend, and you will see a massive drop on this specific stock. Still, it can do maybe kind of a false breakout, and after that it's going to jump back to the price. But eventually the support and resistance level are by drawing lines, and to get to the concept that there is kind of a block for the price to go up or to go down. And when you understand what the whole general of the resistance and support level are, basically very, very easy. And while you are like I said before, for novice traders and beginners that not really your eyes is not really used to see those charts every time, and to understand what's actually happening during the trade on the charts, you can draw lines on the chart itself. It's very helpful to understand what actually you are actually doing. So of course, this was a very short lesson about the whole concept of the resistance and support level triangles. There is a lot of technical patterns that we used as the day traders, swing traders. Like I said before, it's not really matter. It's really matter that you will understand how the chart is basically working. So I hope you understand a little bit that my tip to you guys, as a day traders, as the beginners, as even professional traders, of course, just Just trade simple. Just trade simple.